Alrighty, here we have your upper body warm up. Before this warm up, you're gonna need either a band or if your gym has like a PVC pipe or a wooden dowel, just something that can be straight. So to get started, what we're gonna do is just alternate rotating your arm up and over, trying to move your shoulder through the full range of motion. We're gonna do this 5 times. It's like you're doing a swimming backstroke. You're just bringing your shoulder, your arm up and around. 4 and 5. Same thing on the other side. We are just rotating that arm up and around, trying to move the shoulder throughout its full range of motion. And it's 5 on each side, 4 and 5. Okay, we're gonna need that band. So we're gonna take this band and we're gonna hold it with a really wide grip, just about as wide as you can. And we're gonna take it up and over the body, up and over the body. And so we're just stretching the shoulders here, and you wanna keep your elbows nice and straight. So we're just gonna stretch up and over. You should feel some sort of stretch in your chest or in your shoulders. Up and over, up and over. We're gonna do this 5 times. That was 4 and 5. All right, so that's the only thing we needed this piece of equipment for. We're gonna set it to the side. And then we're just gonna take a simple shoulder stretch, bringing one arm across the body, grabbing at your elbow, and pulling a little bit closer to your body. You should feel some sort of stretch. Here in the back of the shoulder, hold for about 5 seconds. We're gonna release. Stretch the other arm in the same way across the body, pulling your elbow towards yourself, about 5 seconds, and then release. We're just gonna do this twice on each side, pulling your elbow towards your body, feeling that stretch in the back of the shoulder, maybe a little bit in the lat as well, or the lateral side of the back, and then one more time. All right, from here, we're going to take a seat on the ground. So just coming down into a kneeling position, I'm going to move to the side so you can see what I'm doing from a better angle. And we're just going to start with some cat-cow. So bringing the hands to the ground right underneath the shoulders really gently. We're going to round the back and arch the back. So first bringing the belly button to the ceiling and bringing the chin to the chest. And then we're going to bring the gaze up to the ceiling, and we're going to bring the belly button to the ground. And we're just going to move through this a couple of times, trying to get a stretch in the back. So just moving through cat and cow about 3 or 4 times, trying to feel that stretch throughout the whole back, the stretch throughout the whole spine. All right, and then from here, go ahead and bring your knees a little bit wider. We're gonna bring the toes together and sit down on the heels, stretching the hands out in front. We're gonna come down into child's pose, trying to stretch and extend the fingertips as far away from you as possible, feeling a stretch throughout the back. Just holding this for about 10 seconds. And then from here, we're gonna come up again into that tabletop position. We're gonna be somewhere between a tabletop position where your hips are high and then that child's pose where your hips are low. We're gonna be somewhere in the middle. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna alternate extending one arm out like you're in child's pose, but just a little bit further off the ground. You're gonna try to get that armpit to the ground. So leaning into that side of the body, trying to get your armpit to touch the ground. Can't get it all the way there, but what it's doing is it's creating a nice stretch of the whole side of the body. So I'll do this on the other side. We're just trying to get that armpit to the ground, stretching the entire side of the body from the shoulder to the hip. We're going to alternate this again on the other side. We'll do it 3 times on each side total, holding for 5 to 10 seconds each stretch. Then coming back up, stretching the other side, 5 to 10 seconds. And then again, stretching that right side, 5 to 10 seconds. And then the left side last, 5 to 10 seconds. All right, coming back to tabletop position. So tabletop position being the knees right underneath the hips, wrists right underneath the shoulders. What we're gonna do is try to turn your hands backwards. And you should feel slight discomfort in the front of your forearms and kind of rocking back and forth really, really gently. So just be a nice forearm stretch. If that's too much, you don't have to rotate your hands as far. You can just rotate them sideways and kind of go side to side, just feeling a slight forearm stretch. And then from here, we can also just take a kneeling position and rotate the wrists in a circle, feeling this stretch and maybe even pressing backwards on the fingertips for a stretch as well. Trying to stretch the wrists and then doing the same for the neck, stretching the neck throughout its full range of motion, getting out any stiffness. Just doing some neck circles. And then the last part of this warm-up is we're going to do some push-ups. So this can be standard push-ups, and so I'll demonstrate what that looks like. For a standard push-up, you're going to have your hands right underneath your shoulders and your toes are on the ground. You're going to lower your body so that your chest comes to the ground, and then you push up. You can also do this with your knees on the ground, so pressing up with your knees on the ground. Or if that is also difficult, what you can do is start on the ground, so with your chest on the ground and your hands on the ground, and try to just press yourself up, and then lower down, rest on the ground, press yourself up, and lower down, and press yourself up. And so aim to do 7 to 10 push-ups to just warm up all those working muscles of the upper body, and that is the warm-up. Have a great workout.